It's 12:37 p.m. Monday, November 11th, 2024. I know that he's being sarcastic. I get he stands for universal human rights. It's just like even the best guy, the most vocal person is kind of going to make a joke. And like, are all the women dead? What the fuck is going on? It's a challenge, it's a test, it's a strength training exercise. It's like a genocide. Dude. It's gotten to the point I don't know that you can joke. Like, yeah, you should be able to joke about anything. Yeah, okay, but I feel so incredibly harassed. And I keep saying, like, I was a women's studies and gender study. So, I mean, when I was in college, it was just called women's studies. And I even, like, argued that it should be called gender studies. And then they changed it to women and gender studies. I'm not saying they changed it because I argued about it, but, like, I mean, I'm definitely not a, and that's constantly something you're up against just for taking classes. Like, as if you hate men because you call yourself a feminist. I don't hate men. I like men. I'm attracted to men. Well, certain men. Obviously, like, I have to like something about you, but, like, this is not some fucking warped. That's since forever. That's been like the immediate, like, as if you hate men or something. That's not it. That's not what you should even think automatically when someone tells you they're a feminist. In the future, you just wouldn't even have to deal with this fucking thing to have to speak, to say it. But there's just a lot of jokes, like, that you just won't make in the future either, I think. Because it's going to be in such bad taste. Even as a joke, you're just not. And then somebody feels controlled and shit, and then it's an ego problem. We talk about the idea that women get second classed, and then it's like women and gay people, specifically gay men, being like second classed as somehow below the heterosexual straight, that's what right, male. And then there's like levels of domination, and like women's proximity to men give them like a false illusion of power, so they're going to like go cat fighting with other women and not be in solidarity because it's like appealing to the guy, keeping them safe. I mean, these are like psychological issues that happen like on a social level. Like, society needed therapy. Even hearing someone revving their fucking engine outside right now is giving me like creep vibes. How many times has a guy been the one who like was determined to put his hands on you and then pissed off when you told him not to? It was always a guy. An older guy. Like, not my generation guy. Yeah, and the idea these older guys got like, the younger guys are just dogs on a leash for them, being forced to sort of like do stuff, and the older guys are so dominant. Yeah, they'll strangle the country to death. Like, I don't. Yeah, I don't think all guys are like a monster or something. It it's just a matter of like probability and statistics. How many more guys, how much more often, like that's the problem. Is some guy who is on an ego trip. Yeah, there's definitely women that fuck with stuff too that's like in some ways you could feel more scared because you didn't expect it from a woman. Like, I don't know. I just like he cracked a joke about, and I feel like I'm not being listened to at all in a thousand ways, and it's been like that since forever. When I was in college, people told me to make him a sandwich. That was like the joke. You know, it was a joke, and we were friends, right? So like, I can take a joke, but that was the response. To make him a sandwich. Told they didn't care about women's studies. I was something to call a Debbie Downer, the SNL sketch where they go to Disney and she's always got something to say that's like it kind of would be important maybe in a different context, but like she's a downer. Um Someone telling me to kill my sad horse was like literally an expression they used. And yeah, I like miss these people. It's not like I say this like, oh, I hate them so fucking much, but that was the dialogue. At moving to Portland, there was a guy that used to say, "Rah rah, she bear." I don't understand what you're saying. Like as if the words that came out of my mouth just were indecipherable somehow to people. Yeah, sometimes I think they just didn't know what indecipherable meant. And they felt stupid for that. And instead of like looking it up or asking or using context clues, they like hated you. Because you made them feel dumb. And like, and yeah, some dialogue again of like, this bitch made me feel stupid. She's not allowed to make me feel stupid. She's not my equal in any way. She's some kind of underling in my mind. So it's like even worse that I made them feel dumb. Or the sense of like rejection. I did not like you like that. I didn't want to fuck you. And it wasn't like you even liked me so much, but you didn't want a door closed. But it's like, yeah, having the door closed and locked to my own apartment. And you didn't like that. You wanted to be able to come into my apartment whenever you felt like it. Even when you weren't supposed to. It's what a good illustration of the concept. Yet, yeah, where are all the women that totally understood this? They broke off into groups where there's a group of women that hate feminists. Again, it's about the psychological, like they think they're more powerful because they can be one of the guys and take all the jokes and not keep them in check because that would ruin the vibe. I'm not gonna. Sorry, I am not getting interrupted right now. Thank you. I will probably block you even in a second, no matter who the fuck you are, because I feel interrupted. And that's been somebody's big idea of a joke. Girl interrupted, ha ha ha. It's a dramatized version of mental illness, and everyone thinks that that's what mental illness is. Anyway, yeah, so it broke off into groups of like women that they hate feminists. They kind of like, they're angling their approach to like feel safe and protected and loved, and like say the shit they've heard other people say. But there's no sense of resistance, protest, education. Yeah, because it is education. Like, I mean, you can raise, and I'm scared they're literally going to do that, a whole generation of girls that never knew who the feminists were. I almost barely knew. Coming just from like high school, who were the big female heroes to look up to? I mean, it seemed like their favorite hero was Jesus first, and then Milton Hershey, like the man, Milton Hershey. Oh, Kitty, kinda. Like, it was Kitty's idea, was always like the cute thing to say. It was her idea to have the school in the first place, and she died, and they couldn't have kids. And, you know, he gave his entire fortune to the school. But it is mostly like good guy Milton Hershey for like making all the money. Kitty didn't really do shit. She had the idea. I mean, yeah, that's where she gets the credit. The middle school is called Catherine Hall. I guess there's a little bit of support there. Anybody else? Eleanor Roosevelt, even? Kinda, maybe. Someone just pounded on my fucking apartment from above me. Yeah, I mean, what, are they trying to help you yell at them? Because they should leave you the fuck alone. These people are psycho. Of course, they don't want you to remember strong women because you'll emulate them. And then they can't fuck Eleanor Roosevelt. God damn it, I hate this shit. Yeah, I, like, as if I care so much about being attractive to you. I don't want you. Why would I want to be attractive to you? Go away. Yeah, literally feels like someone just drove away, literally, when I said it. Like, they're just, like, outside creeping on my fucking life. Upstairs, outside. Oh, she has some really good ideas. Let's just exploit the shit out of her till she dies. And I shouldn't hope you all fucking die instead. The day you're all dead will be a better day on planet Earth. Yeah, so what? Wait 100 years from now, guaranteed. The year 21, 24, all these fucking people will be dead. For sure. No one's gonna live longer than that. That's alive right now. Better day for everybody is possible. Just wait 100 fucking years. I don't want to wait 100 fucking years. Yeah, get all mad and upset because they, like, have no emotional tolerance. Like, they were taught to be, like, blank stoic people or something. So when you show the slightest bit of, like, personality even, they use that to, like, dismiss you. You're morons. Feel insulted, because you're morons. Anyway, who else was, like, even, like, slightly... Maya Angelou, maybe? I mean, people love to throw her name around. But, like, somebody you were taught. Like, this is the life of... I'm remembering Girl Scouts. That was before MHS. And the lady that invented Girl Scouts. We went a really long... and how she got rice in her ear and she went deaf at her wedding, and like yeah, it's like that was part of like the Girl Scout origins and stuff. I was in like third or fourth grade or something. Might have been as early as second. She was held up as some kind of hero. I get Scarlett O'Hara. Yeah, this is all like before MHS. I think it's more important to focus on like the school and what this like special school put in my head about anything or anybody. Because they made me promise never to practice witchcraft. I mean, so they didn't give a fuck about J.K. Rowling. And she, you know, is the most wealthy writer that has lived in the... And lost her billionaire status because she donated so much money. So, I mean, yeah, now she sucks because she's a TERF. But she used to be like, I wish she was my mother. In a lot of ways, she was more my mother than my mother was. Yeah, but you can't be a TERF. Yeah, no. There's no wiggle room about it. Like, you can't. Just let people define themselves, and that's what they are, and that's what you call them. And then we can all move on with our fucking lives, even. Yeah, I see a future where, like, it's so blasé to be trans or gay, that, or even, like, polyamorous, that, like, it's like just telling somebody your name. Okay, name. And then you, like, live your life. And it's not even, like... a remarkable thing. Yeah, just, like, that level of acceptance. Like, who cares? Cool. What else? You want to go to a movie? Like, it's like your eye color or something. Any fucking way. Who else got held up in that? And we're talking 5th through 12th grade, so elementary, middle school, high school. Who got held up as some female hero to look up to? It's like, well, you had classes. I have to have... Who, what, Howard Zinn, the guy, the fucking Rosenbergs got executed. That was like a couple people that came up. There was a Gandhi quote on the wall. There was a Disney quote on the wall. Martin Luther King. We had Martin Luther King Day. We had to do community service once a week for an hour. But then Martin Luther King Day, it was like the whole day we did a community service thing. There was a mural painted. Like, he was a big fucking deal to people. Yeah, that's a guy. We never talked about Coretta Scott King, and she spoke at MHS. Like, we never mentioned her once. And she had spoken at the fucking school. Yeah, who else? Like, we had Bruce Jenner speak before he was Caitlyn, and I've said for years, like, regardless of the Republican side of the politics and stuff, I would be, like, surprised if they ever invited Caitlyn Jenner to speak at MHS. Like, they were cool with Bruce, but they wouldn't invite Caitlyn, and it'll be, like, a totally different day if they ever do. And even then, they're, like, the Republican anomaly. So, I mean, you know, people are people, right? People be people in. That's also what I mean by, like, in the far enough future, it's just, like, your eyes are blue, brown, green, gray, purple, like, and we move on, because what the fuck does it mean about you? You're a person. I don't need to know who you have sex with. Maybe you'll fall in love with a girl. You've loved guys your whole life, and you'll fall in love with a girl the next day. What, does your whole identity change and now you have to tell everybody? Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, there was a whole moment where somebody in high school told me they were bisexual, and I was like, cool, and that was it. And they were mad at me because I did not have more of a response. They were mad at me. So it's like, I mean, and that's literally my like life real memory. Yeah, cool. I mean, I'm like an ally. But like, I don't give a fuck. You could change your mind even. Like, that doesn't change anything to me about you. What the fuck is it supposed to mean about you if you say you're gay or straight? Are you a good person? Do you have a good sense of humor? Are you gonna be nice? Are you gonna be more like logical or like talented at something or something? Like, what? It doesn't mean any other designation other than like who you want to fuck. Yeah, who you want to fuck is like one of the least important things about you. Yeah, sure, people are willing to go, like, they'll be more outspoken about it or less, maybe, in different environments, but the more, like, everybody gets, like, into human rights, like, it shouldn't, you shouldn't have something to fight against at some point, because, like, we're over it, and totally accepting, and it's just, like, something people are. Anyway, yeah, you also haven't met everyone you're ever gonna meet in your life when you're 17 to fall in love with. Like, everyone has an exception. What if you marry your exception, but you were gay? I don't know, don't stick yourself in a box. Like, either way, whatever. That's just my opinion, man. Yeah, that's also why I like saying that I'm like non-binary, but I mean, I feel very attached to being a girl. I feel like it's important for me to represent women, or at least I'm a woman person, to stand on my own feet and say I'm a woman person. Not that I represent all women, but like, it's as if someone is like pushing you out of being a woman because you're just trying to say you don't fall into like 1950s ideas about what it means to be a girl. Like, you're breaking social constructs. That's all I'm really trying to say. Yeah, so like, woman person works for me. She, they works for me. Like, anyway. Yeah, and I do feel like you're trying to insult me if you call me a guy. I don't really want the image of me as a guy. It feels like it's mean. Instead of like cool. Maybe that's just like more recently too. Like, people are assholes. Well, because if I start talking about, we'll skip ahead to college. I was a women and gender studies minor, so like, which I've already said, but just driving the point home that like we went over tons, and I took women in music for 2 semesters. I mean, there's a laundry list of women, and we went into at least some depth about their life and the things that they did and who they were in college. Women writers. Yeah, I feel it's kind of weird you learn so little about Gloria Steinem, for example. Like, even now, like, how much did you ever learn about her? She was like one of the, like, a trademark of feminism. And it's like she's missing. Ursula K. Le Guin was like missing. I didn't know Zora Neale Hurston was a fucking humanist until like 2020 or something. That would have been really cool to know a lot earlier. We read Their Eyes Were Watching God in high school, but read it like as if she was religious. Yeah, it's like I feel like you like took a friend away from me that I should have had this whole time. Yeah, the characters from Harry Potter. I mean, that really the most in depth of people, I think, looking back on it. And that's not supposed to be like that. Like, I know more about Hermione Granger than I do about Gloria Steinem. And, you know, Hermione Granger didn't exist, guys. Like, shit. Yeah, and I hung out with a lot of boys. Like, they were my friends. They made fun of me, and they were my friends. I love, yeah, I could sit and watch somebody play video games forever. Like, that's not proximity to power, it's like nostalgia. I'm reminded of my sister calling me a fucking tomboy as a kid, and not a tomboy, but just like a boy. Like she'd call me a boy. She was a bitch. It is almost like something about gender bending stuff was always like in the background of things. But I mean, it was cool. Like people's names, a boy having a girl's name was like a cool thing. It's not like there was something wrong with that. It was awesome. It's like something has been going on since before I was born, and I didn't understand what it was. Why the fuck would you be like obsessed about changing people's gender either way? Like, let people be free. Yeah, somebody's like got a point to make, but I can't figure out what it is anymore. Like, maybe you are stuck in some war you didn't understand was happening. Yeah, and if you don't understand what's happening, everybody dies and you don't even know why. I know that I am a female person and I feel harassed and trapped in a box. I'm also an atheist, humanist, feminist, cannabis user. What other things could people be like fucked up to me about? Not understanding what MHS was and misinterpreting me as like a rich kid when the whole point is I am a poor kid, you fucking moron. Can you not read or even like watch a documentary? Because there's no way you didn't understand this. You were just like deliberately ignorant. Yeah, explaining the chore program till I went blue in the face. No one gave a shit. And then the boys' student homes would often go like paintballing and stuff. And it seemed like we were cleaning more often. We would get dressed up to go to Walmart. And then guys' student homes were playing video games and going paintballing. And I brought Spyro to play at MHS once, and someone broke my copy of the game. And there was like zero repercussions for that. It was like, oh, don't know how that happened. Yeah, I would have loved if someone just like played fucking video games with me. I missed the whole Gamergate moment. People still reference it today, and I don't really like. I get what happened, like something about a girl being harassed, and then guys like being trolls to girls in the gamer community, but like I don't know more than that. Someone keeps doing things outside as if they are suddenly like fucking with me again, and I just want them to go away. Go the fuck away. I don't like I'm trying to figure out what's happening to me, and at the same time I don't care what the fuck they're doing. I don't care what they're trying to pretend they're doing. I don't care about what stage play they're putting on today. I don't give a fuck. Go away. Go away, go away, go away. Go away. Get bent. You will always be like these stupid anonymous figures fucking around my fucking apartment building. I don't care who you are. Go away. You want to act like a shadow? Die in the darkness. Go away. Fucking morons. I feel bad for all the people that they've done this shit to, and the people end up with like stupid religious ideas about stuff or something. Like they can't find the words to communicate, and it gets like so bad, and they like get turned into some kind of like zombie moron. Yeah, they've never been to therapy in their life, so they don't even know how to explain like psychological anything. They have no defense. Like, this is fucking wrong to do to somebody. I don't want to be used by anyone. Stop. It's not a fucking opportunity. Get the fuck off of me. Yet no consent. I didn't consent. I don't consent. I'm under duress. Go the fuck away. Dumb fucking moron people. Yeah, all I have to do is imagine them being led by my sister, and it becomes really obvious. Like, she couldn't care less about feminism herself. Stupid shit. Go away. What, like, I needed to go back to like trying to think of like people they labeled as heroes or something. I just can't think of anybody like that was a project for school, or you know, like do a research project on this person. Sylvia Plath, I think she was murdered. But, you know, just my opinion. Yeah, I feel like I remember pretty much everything, too. It's not like... Yeah, exactly. What did you learn all day? We read Jane Eyre, or they had me specifically read Jane Eyre separate from the class in 6th grade. They read A Year Down Yonder, and I read fucking Jane Eyre. And I didn't understand what was going on. They did that because I got a college reading level in 6th grade. So I guess the idea was like, you'll read a more difficult book than everybody else. And then we read Jane Eyre again in 12th grade. And it was more like, it was the whole class reading it, so there was like actually like a lesson to it and stuff. Which, you know, you follow along with class. I wasn't just like by myself. I could read words and understand what the word meant, but seeing, like, I needed to watch the movie and then read the book. And then I could see what they were describing. The same thing happened with Harry Potter. It did something for me to link the visual with the words. And then, yeah, I could imagine things just fine. But I needed some, like, context or something to put it in as I was reading. Yeah, like, there's, like, the Death Day party in Harry Potter isn't in the movie. But if I read the section about the Death Day party with Sir Headless Nick, I mean, I can visualize the thing just fine. Because I just imagined the character from the movie and the scene and the setting and it's like playing Barbie dolls then in your head. But like, I guess just spontaneously following what you're trying to say, that it looks like it doesn't get into my head the same way. Whatever. Yeah, like, I never got into Lord of the Rings. It was so thick. But I've seen all the movies. I tried reading the Game of Thrones books. Yeah, I like the visual better. So, um whatever. What else is like, I mean, I feel like most of the females were like characters in books then. Jane Eyre. In high school, we read. That was in middle school. In high school, I remember reading The Great Gatsby, Frankenstein, Siddhartha. Their Eyes Were Watching God. I remember like my senior year for some reason better than. Maybe I was happier. Oh yeah, the Native Son. Native Son became my favorite book because I thought it was like really good. The metaphor was so on point about the blizzard and stuff. But I mean, I don't want to be cast as the girl in the fucking book, you know? Go fuck yourself. Eat shit. Yeah, that's just another kind of passion play or something for some sick piece of shit. Um. Oh, of Mice and Men. We also watched the movie equivalent to a lot of these too. To come to think of it, we definitely watched Of Mice and Men. We watched Gilgamesh. There is Their Eyes Are Watching God movie, but I don't know that I think I watched that on my own, maybe. Um, The Great Gatsby hadn't come out yet with Leonardo DiCaprio in it anyway. Um, yeah, we watched a lot of movies in school. I remember science classes from ninth and 10th grade really well. We had a horticulture class, the cow unit. Yeah, you took English every year. Like, what other. Yeah, but 2 years was the same teacher. 11th and 12th grade was the same teacher. And I was in, like, AP English. Oh, go fuck yourself. You had female teachers. I mean, like, again, it's like the world must be warped in a really special way for women to be in on, like, fucking with other women. They're their own, some kind of slave thing. Otherwise, like, they'd be just as invested in making sure, like, other women didn't die or go missing, or there's some, yeah, thing I'm not getting about the fucking situation then. Yeah, we learned about bell hooks. We learned about, in college. We learned about um yeah, it's like she was her own unit or something. We read these books like Girl Fighting, which the point is, like, if you made one sentence out of, like, this whole thing, it's like, girl fighting is stupid. Don't fight with other girls. Like, never fight over a guy. You both liked him. He was the asshole. At least, if anything, be mad at him. But don't fight with the other girl. He probably said the same shit to her that he said to you. Yeah, you don't have to be friends, but, like, it is completely pointless to fight. It's like he wanted the girls to fight over him. Why would you give him that? After he's like, he, used you. So, like, fuck this. Just find somebody else. And then same difference. Which it's like, if I only read one fucking book from the whole entire 4 years of that minor, same difference, like, encapsulated everything. And the point is, like, women and men are more alike than they are different. And, like, what is in your brain if you're like, no, men are different, and here's all the things that men are different, like, and I'm supposed to have this argument the rest of my fucking life? Why? Oh my god. Just, like, bad programming, and you're stuck in it. And people are acting like robots. You will find a smart guy and a smart woman, a strong guy and a strong woman. Yeah, and of equal strength. If you scoured the planet, you would find a match for whatever characteristic you want to dream up. There would be more of, like, certain, like, athletic women or whatever if there hadn't been, I don't know, 200 years of deliberately, like, Victorian era fainting couches come to mind. Yeah, whatever the fuck this is. The damage this did to my body. What the fuck is wrong with these people? You made them feel ugly. Maybe because your soul is ugly. If you felt so ugly that you went and killed a bitch, that you were ugly. Ugly as sin. Fucking cunt. Yeah, what Jesus said, the one ego is about, like, you're not allowed to tell me what to do. You're not allowed to be smarter than me. You're not allowed to be more powerful somehow or a better leader or something. And the other one's like, you made me feel ugly. You made me feel ugly and stupid. And I proved that I was ugly and stupid. Because I went out of my way to kill you. As if that made me smarter and better and prettier. I mean, no matter what their gender is. Like, yeah, it doesn't... You realize that you're worse? I just want you to remember when I'm gone that you're worse. Actually. For having ever done this shit. Because if that's what you did it for. You know, the truth. You're a horrible fucking person. I would never do this shit to people. I had better stuff to do. I could easily be alone, go on my own way. I'll draw at the playground. I'm never gonna, like, wear pink on Wednesdays. I do not have to be like anybody else. I don't care about being like anybody else. That's not, like, the premise of life. And I don't get jealous, jealous and envy. There's something, one of them is like, they would blow out your candle to make theirs brighter. They'd take things away from you because they can't have them. And the other one just, like, admires you. They would never destroy what you've got. They just like it. And I'm the second kind of person. Like, I'll like something someone's got going on. I'm never gonna ruin it for them. And I think I'm a better person. And you're a piece of shit. Someone is just yelling outside. It was the same guy that was upstairs. What, he went outside? I don't care who you are. Leave me the fuck alone. You could be the most famous person in the fucking... I don't give a shit. You harassed me. You harassed me for 4 fucking years. I don't care who the fuck you are. No one's that cool. Yeah, who you act like you are, I don't give a shit. Yeah, now I feel even more just trapped and surrounded by fucking, like, mean people. It's 1:26 in the fucking afternoon. Why does someone want you to feel this way? Instead of just, like, left alone. Like you should be. Like, oh, they don't want you to live here so much. What will you put in my place? Because that should fuck you royally. Whatever the fuck it is. It'll prove a point and you can get fucked for it. Find out they put their friend in your fucking apartment. That should be easy enough to fucking prove. Find out they turned it into a brothel. That'll be easy to prove. Find out they turned it into a club. Easy to prove.
something fancy that only rich people can afford, something that was not what it was designed to be, like a low-income apartment building. They bulldoze it and make a fucking ice skating rink. Whatever the fuck it is, it'll be easy to prove. They destroyed your life for some fucking agenda. And they were just waiting to carry out their plans. It'll be easy to prove. Fuck your shit. Leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, find out who put money in these people's bank accounts. Where it goes. Should be easy to prove. I have to pee. Yeah, I think it does mean something really bad that you can't name more female heroes when you were a women and gender studies minor. When it was like a dedicated part of your fucking life. Yeah, we skimmed the surface of women in music. Well, I'm supposed to say Hildegard through like Motown. Yeah, Hildegard was definitely like the first one. Kind of easy to remember her name. And well, the second time I took the class, we did a little bit different. I think we came up to like to today and Annie DeFranco and stuff. Which, like, yeah, I didn't know Annie DeFranco existed till college. I didn't listen to Fiona Apple until just like a couple years ago. Like, I wonder why. It is 90% men. Every band I've ever loved, every act I've ever loved, 90% guys. And most of the women singers were designated as like ballad, love song, poppy shit. Like, that I like it now more than I did when I was a kid. But as a kid, like, I hated Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Mickey Mouse Club shit. I was just like born against it. It's like plastic. There was like a Spice Girls thing, and that was fun because we like got to be somebody in a group. But that was short-lived. Yeah, and I should have always been Ginger Spice. Baby Spice is like creepy. Baby Spice was my like CB handle on the fucking radio with my dad. And I wish it hadn't been. I should have always been Ginger Spice. If anything. Yeah, it could have been Scary Spice, but that seems like a little bit... You gotta at least stay within your race or something. Yeah, which I kind of get. It feels a little bit Rachel Dolezal, or whatever her name was. Like, the AI programs I'm using, like, sometimes they put me in, like, as if I was a black girl. And they, like, tan my skin and give me different hair. And I'm like, I don't want to like, that just seems wrong. Like, they're beautiful and everything. Like, cool, alternate universe. But it's not like, they didn't make you Asian, too. They didn't make you, like, look like a bunch of different races. It's just like, I don't know. And I wouldn't want to post that. Maybe if you did one from every different race, it could be kind of interesting. But no, it just feels wrong. And yet I want to be respectful. What kind of asshole is like, no, we want you to be an asshole? Because they're the kind of white guy that says the N-word on a regular basis. Just like Hassan Piker brings up all the time. Like, there's just like group of people, and all they want to fucking do is say the N-word without anybody trying to, like, give them shit for it. That's like the highlight of their fucking life. That's all they care about. You wasted everybody's time because you felt like you weren't allowed to say a word that 90% is, like, disrespectful. Why can't you just, like, not? And let people who are saying it with a totally different sensibility, like, my friend, they would replace it with my friend and it would make sense in a sentence. Like, let people that haven't used it. Someone even called me N-word knees as a kid. And I'm not trying to say the fucking N-word. I used to say it, like, straight up when I would explain this, but that seems to have been confusing to morons. Like, well, it almost feels like infantilizing that in a clinical way. Like when you're saying someone called me N-word knees and you can't say the word. Feels a little weird. But I just don't want it in my mouth. And I don't mind it not being in my mouth. So I'll keep saying N-word knees, or saying that that's what people called me, and not having to, like, say the whole thing. Like, fine, whatever. I don't feel any need to, like, it doesn't feel, I'm not, like, being powerless because I can't say this fucking word or something. Yeah, I think it's nicer that I don't want to say it. I prefer that. Someone running their fucking engine, I mean, they're terrorists. I can't think of a single white rapper that says the N-word. So what if, like, it shouldn't be in my world or something. hungry, but I really don't want to eat again. I feel like I'm going to run out of cheese too fast. And I'm freaked out because it feels like there was like a surge. Ever since I said the words Eleanor Roosevelt, there was like a surge of activity, and then people like left. And now they left. And I can breathe. But what the fuck was that? Stop doing shit to me. Oh my fucking God. No, they want you to hate this place. They want you to hate it here. I'm not going to hate it enough to leave. I'm going to hate you. Fucking dumb shit. Yeah, you can deal with me the rest of your fucking life. You hate me so much for no reason. I hope I annoy the shit out of you then. You've been terrorizing me. Psycho ass bullshit. Yeah, some weird idea. I mean, again, that means that they are listening into my apartment in a way. It's not loud enough to fucking like hear it all over the place. They would have to be deliberately fucking doing something. And so what, you're upset because I wasn't listening to Hassan Piker anymore? Like I started recording myself for an hour? What's the idea there? That should prove something. What the fuck? Yeah, what? Stop making content of your own. Have nothing to show for every moment that you've spent in your fucking room. Get out of my fucking life! Yeah, it's like whatever content. Like I wanted to vocalize feeling like something weird is happening to women. And if there's any resistance to that, kind of proves there's something weird happening to women. I'm so sick of hearing any feedback at all from anybody. I'm not having a discussion, like, in some way for you to give me feedback. I'm talking to myself in my room. Most of this was, like, video diary stuff. I only started putting it on Twitch because I fucking thought I was gonna die. Yeah, if anybody wanted to fuck with you that bad, they can get on their phone and fuck with you directly. They're stalking you so much. And then I can block them all and find out who they are. So yeah, perfect. Works out. For some reason, when I was in the bathroom, the word hinky puff, which is like a Harry Potter thing, but I don't remember what that is. No, go fuck yourself. They're like, it's a joke about cutting your legs off. Anybody does that to you, I hope they just die on the spot. I do miss being into this. It was fun. Just as like a general, it definitely made my school time more interesting. Yeah, but there's also this, like, you're gonna have an encyclopedia of stuff that doesn't exist in your head. Okay? Like I was saying before, it'd be cool to have, it's like just as deep of a world, but it's like stuff that really exists and it's like based in science. So then you remember like actual scientific things. Like if Bill Nye wrote Harry Potter. Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, whatever. All of them together at the same time. Carl Sagan. Yeah, the smartest people wrote Harry Potter all together. What that would have been like. There's another for this on the topic of women again. Like where you got Sam Harris, Christopher Hitchens died of pneumonia. You had Richard Dawkins. You had these like really strong voices of atheism. Where are the women with their own talk show or doing like whatever you call this when you have ideas and you are an activist about speaking your mind? Like, you know, like there's a lot of musicians, and then you have people like Frank Zappa who like went out of his way to kind of like, it's like, that became like an activist club. Like, so regardless of his musical ability, regardless of how handsome he was, regardless of his celebrity status, he would have still been this intellectual. Writers like James Baldwin that went out of their way to like have public discussions versus like somebody, yet they write something, they're famous for it, but you never heard them talk about anything. There's way more people, famous people, actors, writers, musicians, artists, that like they don't say shit. They'll do an interview about the movie they just made or something. They might say like a couple political things. And then there's the people that have been like about it. And I don't know what you call the people that are about it. Intellectuals. And they supersede the notion of celebrity. Yeah, I feel like you need them more. But yeah, the point again is like, I can't, a famous female atheist. Go. Eleanor Roosevelt is on the humanist list. Anybody else? Like, Fucking Ayn Rand is not my hero. Yeah, and people from like the 350 AD, dude, it's like so long ago. The women suffragists, a couple of them. (1810) Ernestine Rose, Cady Stanton, Matilda Jocelyn Gage. Cady Stanton's famous. I never heard of this lady. And Nicole Gaylor founded the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Women without superstition. No gods, no masters. Cool. Super cool. I've never even heard her name before. Yeah, I mean, there's not even a list. It's just like a couple people. 9 women. 10 women. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, that's terrifying. I think if I write humanist, you get more people. They're saying these people are atheists. I've just never heard them say anything about it. Ayn Rand. Katharine Hepburn. Sarah Bernhardt. Yeah, it's funny. They're actresses that I've never heard speak about it, though. Maybe they weren't allowed to. But that's the difference. Like, it could say that they are one. I don't know how to confirm that. I've never seen them talk. Otherwise, it'd feel like, well, those should be your friends. Like... And yeah, they were all actors. What about scientists? What about... Are there not any female scientists? That's... Can't be right. They just don't want to be famous because someone's gonna hurt them? Like... I mean, why you really need to be visual when you're about something, because otherwise I don't know you exist. Lorraine Hansberry, she died. Rosalind Franklin, Watson and Crick stole her idea for DNA. Writer Florence Dixie, I don't think I've ever heard of them. It's suddenly really cold in my room for some fucking reason. That doesn't make any sense. It's, you know, like almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It wouldn't just suddenly get cold. Shit is fucking stupid. I need these people to get off of me. Find out who they are and make them get the fuck away from me. Zora Neale Hurston. And Carl Sagan's wife. It's weird that you don't just have a list. What the fuck? Clark Adams died in 2007. Steve Allen, Ralph Elwood. I mean, even the guys aren't exactly the most famous people. Isaac Asimov. Margaret Atwood. Funny how this list didn't come up when you first Googled it, right? Though, like, what the fuck is that? Niels Bohr. Brahms. This is painful. The position I'm sitting in sucks. Noam Chomsky. Nope, Noam Chomsky. Richard Dawkins, though he got a bad rep for being a militant atheist. Ann Dunham, Robert Egbert, Umberto Eco, Albert Einstein, and they love to fucking, like, claim Albert Einstein by, like, everybody. Frederick Engels. That's the dude with the whole social murder thing. Richard Feynman. I always forget about him and how important he was to science. Fuck Freud. I don't care about Freud. I hate Freud. He's like my arch nemesis in history or something. Betty Friedan. Stephen Fry. Yeah, I love him. Rayo, India. Sid Harris. Stephen Hawking. Katharine Hepburn. Bill Hicks. Christopher Hitchens. It was driving me crazy that Christopher Hitchens died of fucking pneumonia. Like, they made him sick and killed him. I don't know. Penn Jillette. Kevorkian. I have issues with people who want to play Kevorkian. It's not really about being mad at him. It's people that want to play him. Norman Lear. In the Movie of Life or something. John Lennon is attributed. Seth MacFarlane. Bill Maher. I don't listen to him because he like everything I ever see about him is like we should have been friends, but he says obnoxious shit. And I mean, I gotta pick how I spend my hours, so he gets missed. Maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. Mitchum, Mueller, Nair, Huey P. Newton. That's why you have Breakfast at School, Bill Nye, Joyce Carol Oates, Elliot Page. Oh, cool. Linus Pauling. Oh, the Magic Randy guy. Anne Rice. Roddenberry. Too bad he got a bad rep. Because that's cool. He got a reputation for being kind of an asshole, I guess. Salman Rushdie got shot in the face. Glad he recovered. That was horrifying. Carl Sagan. Well, yeah, there's a thing about, like, being... Nobody is... Like, everyone's an individual. Some people can be assholes, and some people can be fucking awesome. See, Rod Serling is on this list. So is the guy that made Peanuts. And, like, that's how life is. You hiding behind something, and it's, like, it just doesn't really mean anything about you. It means very little. Like, my favorite color is purple. I mean, it matters, but to what degree? George Takei. Ted Turner. Mark Twain, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Nikola Tesla. Yeah, you notice a lot of scientists are humanists. Cenk. Kurt Vonnegut. Joss Whedon. He got torn to shit. Yeah. That sucks. Like, I want to believe in you. I just have to believe a lot of people who say that you sucked, right? Frank Zappa and Howard Zinn. It's not like there's a religious conspiracy against you, right, man? Because I'd love to know that, if that was the case. Yeah, people, like, overcompensating for the church is, like, a tale as old as time. We have to prove ourselves to somebody, so we're gonna go attack all these other people. Someone's making you fucking do that, so... I don't know. I don't remember the allegations against him, except that... No, he was a creep to people on Buffy or something. Yeah, that sucks. A lot. Buffy, like... What? Yeah, that's... There's a female heroine for you, like... There's Hermione and Buffy. And, like, who else? And now I'm super tired. The music is definitely adding to that. Sleepy. How do I explain that it feels like somebody wants you to die and they expect you to waste away for, like, a cause so that then they can make, like, a deal out of it later. And they don't really give a fuck about anything. And I'm trying to, like, get myself unstuck from this, like, gross ass mentality or something. Yeah, they've done this to people for fucking every so many years, forever, since 1949. Even. Like, this is like an annual event to fucking screw with somebody's head because they give a shit about people. And that's why there's some weird response for you to suddenly stop watching Hassan. Like, someone wants you to watch him. These fuckers have motorcycles that have gasoline. They got phones. They can watch him. They don't need me to watch him for them. I'm like, I kind of fall asleep to the sound of his voice. Like, in a pleasant way. But, like, it's not like I can even, like, say I'm cognizant for the entire thing all the time. Why do you want me to like watch him? Someone bought me a month fucking subscription. They gifted me a sub to watch the guy. That's not creepy too, because they could have, like, you just randomly, for him specifically, how did you know I even like watching him? Cat Mochi 12, who also, it's like they deleted their account after they did that because there was nothing to find. What the fuck? Yeah, I've said before, him and AOC are like leaders of your generation. That's still true. What the fuck does that have to do with whether I'm watching him every day for 10 hours or not? Well, I am unemployed, unable to get an income, becoming more and more disabled. What? Like, I want to pay attention to world events, and he helps. But for me to, like, click off and have to talk about feeling like maybe you're being attacked because you're a girl should not disrupt the shit around me. Something really fucked up is going on. And I'm so fucking tired. No, if MHS was that big of a deal, there's got to be somebody in the background of life who's just like watching people do fucked up stuff to me. They're either letting them do it or they're watching them do it because they're gonna like catch them later. Why isn't it just like leave the girl alone? You don't get to fuck with her. I don't want to be fucked with. Yeah, the phrasing your demented ass sister has something to do with it. Probably. Go the fuck away. It is like a bad movie, and it's like obvious who the bad guys are, and I don't know why you choose to keep playing that part. Like, do you have a scam? Then you're the bad guys. Fuck off. It's 2:06 in the afternoon now. I don't know if that came through on the camera or not. Like, when I said Eleanor Roosevelt earlier, and then there was a boom from upstairs, like they hit the floor, which is my ceiling. Then there was like someone like idling on a fucking motorcycle, and then they drove away. There was somebody yelling outside. Yeah, as I'm saying that, someone is like doing the stupid low bass noise thing. How is it gonna get, like, imagining like the next couple months and January rolls around and Trump becomes president? How do you see the next 4 years being like any better if this is like how it went when Biden was fucking president?
Like, in some way, it didn't matter who was president because I've been harassed by like these specific fucking people. The idea, they know who they are. They know who they are and what they have done and what's going through their fucking heads. Well, like a truly innocent person, like like there wouldn't have been a scheme. These people, if they have a scheme, they're the bad guys. And there will be ways to figure out that they had a scheme, even if they lie and are tricky. I mean, like, the truth always comes out. Yet you seem like a simpleton because you have no agenda is different than someone who's like an idiot. I don't mind being simple. I wasn't trying to navigate around a bunch of lies. Yeah, they'll have to do some fancy fucking footwork if they're ever like asked enough questions for long enough. They're full of shit. Feel tired. Well, you're gonna fall asleep. Put your earplugs in so you don't hear all this crap around you. You wear these for long enough, your ears get kind of wet and gross. No, you should not have to wear earplugs in your own house 24 hours a day. Yeah, I'll probably put him on to fall asleep to him. Because it's just nice, like, the feeling that someone's around who, like, cared. But he also, like, says shit. It is just like college. You know? It's like, there's something smart about them. And also, you're going to put up with a lot of jokes that you wouldn't have made. And if I don't get to do my own, like, response in any way, I'm not there to just, like, take your jokes. That's not the purpose of my life. I should have been my own thing. Yeah, all I've ever gotten on this thing is, like, people that want me to go over to Discord. People that ask to see my tits. I mean, it wasn't like a produced show in any way. Yeah, you don't look legit the way that they do when they have a background and a computer set up. Yeah, and what, he's been doing this for 10 years or something? I didn't know Twitch even existed that long. How long has he been?
It says he started streaming on Twitch in March of 2018. So not 10 years, sorry. I guess he was on the Young Turks first. Okay, yeah. So 2018, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't at all consider myself the same level of like having output like that. Most of the papers I've ever written were for college assignments. I've had a blog since I was 16, but it's like poetry and personal stuff and open diary type of things. Like the people I wrote about knew about it, they read it too, but I wasn't like talking behind anybody's back or anything. But like they did to me anyway. Oh, I'm sure they just wanted to hype it up with like a fake sense of like enemies, because that would make a boost to like Taking Back Sunday and Brand New or something. I want to be smarter than every psyop, and like that's my brand. Like I'm just a real thing without an agenda, without a strategy. I just exist. That's my thing. I explain stuff without trying to like get more out of it than like the truth. That's my thing. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, I'm not willing to like skew the details beyond like trying not to name people. Trying to mess up the trail to directly to certain people, as that's like protective. Like that's as much as I want to skew anything. But like the truth of the details or whatever memory I have, or like why I think it matters in a line of events that led to like socio-political issues, I don't want to skew anything or make it seem like it was worse or better than it was. Yeah, just another fucked up liar is not my thing. Yeah, the only, because normally I would just say names, like so and so did this or that, said this or that, and it's easier to follow along when you can make direct nouns about stuff or something. But like that's the only thing I've been like fudging, trying to make it like someone I used to be friends with, someone I used to know, kind of like stuff instead. which I think is like good. So what the fuck is your problem? You wanted me to like, because you wanted this like fake political fight thing. Fuck you for that. Yeah, I'm glad I was wearing earplugs because that was loud. I could tell because the way it was with the earplugs in, but I'm surrounded by some kind of psychopath that needs to leave me the fuck alone. Again, it should be like all you have to do is look at the fucking traffic camera. You could follow these pieces of shit wherever the fuck they went. Isn't there supposed to be like a police plane circling downtown all the time? I'm just like fucking exhausted. I'm not trying to die for anybody's fucking story. Yeah, I really want to leave it at that because I'm tired. It's almost like 1 hour and 42 minutes in. It's almost 2:19 p.m. on Monday, November 11th. 11th? Yeah. It's still the 11th. I've been up like all night too, and it's like getting late. I drink a lot of caffeine. Like I was diluting it in a container that's this big with applesauce. The caffeine packets, and it went to a container this big with no applesauce. So it's like closer to like what a 5-hour energy does. Yeah. Just I want to go to sleep. Try again later. Yeah, it's just like, do you want to put Hassan Piker back on? I guess. I mean, I really, yeah, I just. If I could just be at least like a level of professional seeming, so it was like more equal. I've got the vibe of like, I just woke up in a basement. Help. And he's like semi-professional, casual political commentator vibe. I'm like detailing an experience of being harassed every day. This is like a poetic diary or something. It's not really like what he's doing. I just like, yeah, I don't have some planned program of like stuff that I would want to talk about, or like I'm just reacting to people like fucking with me. Yeah, the personal is political. Yeah, it's like so personal. Someone doesn't want you to stay here. I don't fucking care. I don't have anywhere to go. No one listens to me anyway. It makes no difference where I live to you. It wouldn't the things I have to say aren't going to change if I moved to New York City. Why would it be any like better for you somehow if I was in New York City? For just a random example, all the way across the fucking country. I just take off one day and go live in a big fucking city. What difference would it make to you? I'm gonna say the same shit that's gonna get streamed on the fucking internet. You think somehow like there's no way to like connect dots? Get the fuck away from me, you idiot. It's like somebody told me we were in our own land. You're in America. I hate to break it to you, but you're still in America. No matter what the fuck is in your head about like where you are. Is that what your fucking problem is? You're in a sanctuary city in America even. Like, I'm supposed to be at home here more than a regular place. It has protections for non-believers specifically. Like, I'm not fucking leaving. The whole state went blue. You can't be like 5 Trump supporters trying to like fucking screw some bitch. Like, there's got like 90% of the people here must be like on the same political idea as me. The whole fucking left coast went blue. From Oregon to California. So who the fuck is killing me? I should be at home here. Stop telling me it's not my home. I don't even have any effect on people. Like, you're stupid. Yet you're still going to get government funding for stuff. You're still going to have low-income housing. You're still going to get food subsidies. You're still, like you're in America. You fucking moron. Yeah, the idea, no, we're just gonna let all the people on food stamps die. Where the fuck are you gonna get your food from then? Because, like, it's not just all grown in this one state and gonna feed everybody that's here by itself. You gotta have people working, driving, distributing, delivering. I guess they're all your slaves? I mean, you could definitely go to hell. People gotta eat. You're gonna act like you're your own thing or some shit. How are you navigating food? Psycho shit. Yeah, it would be like 5 rich people are yelling at you to leave that don't give a fuck about anybody else. So there's definitely more people to have like a slave rebellion. Cool. Good to know. Or no, they're gonna keep having the same system they've been having. And you get a food stamps card. You should have gotten disability. Yeah, you know the rights you're giving up? Or no, you weren't that invested. You don't even know what the Constitution fucking says. Yeah, some bogus idea of like people moving to Canada. Do you know any of the laws in Canada? What the fuck do you know about Canada? Or any other country on the planet? Yet you're selfish morons that don't know how anything works, and you're gonna kill a bunch of poor people because you wanted to feel cool or something. Yet there will always be some core group that keeps going to school and getting to reap the benefits of education and gets food and medical access and like the advancements of the world you live in, and they'll stay and keep on getting that around the world. They're interconnected globally. And you're just gonna have, like, what? You're gonna go die in the forest? That seems kind of stupid to me. Especially if you're, like, trying to kill me in the process of you doing whatever made you feel free. While, yeah, the main core of life continues on. Picking who's gonna be a leader. Yeah, in this, like, way that feels fucked up. It's like favoritism. But they'll keep doing that. And everyone else will die in silence and shame. Yeah, and fuck that. Why would you choose that on purpose? Yeah, the idea, somebody wanted to do tactical war simulations, so they convinced a bunch of young people that they were in their own, like, land. Think of, like, liberty, that no one talks about anymore at all. And they just got those people to think they were in liberty. And they live out in the fucking desert, and now someone's forcing them to, like, do, like, agriculture shit or something in this, like, ironically named Liberty place. And it's just, like, fucking evil. A way to have slaves in the modern era. A way to do, like, tactical simulations. It's almost like sticking your nose in the dirt because you didn't care about what you had going for you. You didn't fight for your rights. You, like, destroyed something. And so now they're going to use you as slaves. I do not envy you. I also don't know how I could have saved you. No one fucking listens to me. But whatever the fuck Portland, Oregon, USA is, we'll keep on being like a city. And what, you're gonna just leave it to the rich people? Yeah, they're all screaming sucker. So I don't do that. Yeah, what's this clown shit? I mean, you should consider it like a civil war crime. To deliberately turn citizens into an adversary so they can conduct simulations on you. It's a civil war crime. I'm not anybody's fucking enemy. Yeah, or militarizing you in a way so now you're not a civilian. I'm a civilian. No, I'm serious. If you fucked with me, you fucked up. And I just don't know how long it's gonna take to, like, fully sink in. If you fucked with me, you fucked up. The idea I'm supposed to turn around and now help you is ironic. And I'm not even sure how. When you won't fucking listen to me in the first place. Like, in the ways that when I write an essay, when I, like, have made a video deliberately, like, not when I talk to myself in my room. I don't mean listen to me then. Get the fuck out of my room. That's like the rough draft. That is not what you would have, like, final product. That not even this is more like rough draft than a final fucking essay too. What's to say? Harriet Tubman posthumously named a general. Okay, I wonder if she would appreciate that or not. I was just saying, like, I'm a civilian. And they're like, even Harriet Tubman's been declared a military person. Would she have liked that? She probably didn't leave behind a lot of writing to know if she would have, like, been against war or something. Yeah, remember they were going to put her on the $20 bill and that never happened? Yeah, there's another female hero for you. A good one, too. And, like, what's going on? If you get to a point where no one remembers the $20 bill thing, someone killed everybody. Period. That's a good indication of something. Yeah, I should make a list. If in the next 5 to 10 years, like, no one remembers that Harriet Tubman was supposed to go on the $20 bill. No one remembers what COVID was. No one is able to, like, explain certain, like, historical moments, or even, like, from an I Love the era MTV VH1. Like, they both had a TV show that went through, like, pop culture stuff. Like, even if they can't name pop culture stuff, something weird happened. Like, weird and dangerous. Like, they don't know who Madonna is. And it's not just because you're getting older. It's like somebody tried to erase a timeline. Yeah, I'm somebody that's like, I lived under a rock. I only knew a lot of things because my friends, like, handed me an album, had me watch a movie. I most stuff I did not find on my own. So, like, if I knew about something, you might as well have been, like, you're a household name. Like, I guess you're really famous if I've heard about you. Or at least you're really famous in, like, the emo community, for example, or something. Like, maybe that's still a subset for people, but I mean, if they haven't heard of the shit I've heard of, something went weird. And not the kind of weird you wanted. I just want to sleep for like 2 hours and then wake up maybe and do stuff. I just need to sleep a little bit. It's 2:35, 36.